Hello everyone, this is Mystic Goddess with your general reading. So today we're going to see how the person who is thinking about you truly feels about you currently. This reading is for everyone of every zodiac sign, so feel free to switch the energies around as needed. Alright, so let's go ahead and get into these messages. Give me messages, please, Holy Spirit, for everyone that watches this reading. When it comes to the person who is thinking of my viewers, what are that person's true feelings toward my viewers currently when it comes to love? What are that person's true feelings toward my viewers currently when it comes to love? 2 more shuffles. All right. So let's see what comes out here. All right. So at the bottom of the deck, we have the 9 of Wands. So they feel as though you're tired of them. It's also giving energy of them feeling as though they're on their last leg with you, or they're viewing you as someone who's being resistant. They feel as though the two of you can persevere. So whatever you're currently going through and the connection that the two of you share, they think that you'll be able to get through it. With the Page of Swords being here, they're also spying, okay? They could be looking for clues in regards to whether you still have your guard up, or they're looking for signs of weakness. So this is someone who wants to get through your boundaries. At the top of the deck, we have the 10 of Cups in reverse. So they're unhappy. It's also giving energy of this person going through some type of domestic conflict. So they're either having issues with a particular family member, or there are issues in the home. They're also curious in regards to how you're holding up, if there has been a disconnect between the two of you. They also feel as though you look at them as someone who brings this harmony, or someone who doesn't make you happy. Give me more. All right, we have the Ace of Swords, and we also have the 2 of Swords here. And both of those cards came out crossing. So overall, they feel as though you view them as someone who's a liar. They do want to come in with an honest conversation, but they think that you're not going to believe anything that they have to say anyway. And that could be because you caught this person up in some lies. They're also viewing you as someone who's not really focused on them anymore. With the 2 of Swords coming out crossing, it lets me know that they're viewing you as someone who's holding back information, or someone who's not being completely open. If you have been silent, if you haven't been initiating contact, or if you've taken a step back, it's making this person nervous. With the Temperance card being here, along with the 8 of Wands in reverse, they're viewing you as someone who has lost momentum, or they're viewing you as someone who's just not really interested in talking to them. So some of you may not be reaching out to this person, or you're not taking much action toward them because you're focused on your own peace. It's also giving energy of this person trying their best to be patient in hopes of you reaching out to them at some point in time. But they're not as patient as they seem. So yeah, they think that you're no longer inspired to make things work. They're also viewing you as someone who's moving very slowly, or someone who's keeping them waiting. They're trying their best to be calm about it, but it's causing them to overthink. Some of you may feel better whenever you're not contacting or connecting with this person. It's like if there has been distance, you're gaining peace. So you're getting comfortable with the distance, or you're just feeling better. At the top of the deck, we have the Emperor card. So they're viewing you as someone who's either leveling up or someone who means business. Give me more. They view you as someone who's a lot more disciplined and more in control of yourself. So I feel like you're very careful in regards to what you choose to entertain at the moment. Some of you may not be responding to this person, or you're just not initiating much contact with them. There could be blocks in communication, but they definitely view you as someone who's in control. So you're not as impulsive as you used to be. You're just coming off really calm, cool, and collected, and it's making this person really curious. We have the Six of Wands, and it came out in reverse. So they feel like you're not recognizing them at all. It's also coming out like this person could have crashed out as of recently, or they could do so in the future. And what I mean by that is they could do something a bit reckless to try and get a response out of you. Something that they feel will get you to crack. We have the Two of Swords here along with the Ace of Swords. That is the Three of Swords. So if you haven't been as expressive toward them, they're hurt about it, but they're trying their best to play it off. Yeah, they feel like you're just not paying them any type of attention. They're going to do something that's going to end up embarrassing themselves, but it's coming out like it's going to be public. Okay? So they're going to do something trying to get your attention, but it's coming out like it's going to backfire, or people are going to give them the side eye. With the Four of Pentacles being here, they're viewing you as someone who's closed off and someone who is releasing them. At one point in time, they were looking at you as someone who was either obsessed with them or someone that they had control over. But you've taken your power back. Now, I will tell you, they want to come in and reclaim control. This is someone who wants power over you. Okay? They're really possessive when it comes to you. Also, you holding back or you not taking much initiative is actually pissing this person off, or it's making them jealous. But they feel like you're not stuck on them. So at one point in time, they feel like, or they felt like they had you right where they wanted you. But I just see this person doing something really toxic. It's going to be a public crash out, or there are going to be people around them. And when they think back on it, they're going to wish they wouldn't have done it. It could even be something toxic or something that they do while they're under the influence. Ooh. Give me more. It's almost like they're spiraling a little bit. They're also noticing that you're a lot more stingy with your time, your energy, or your money. So for example, if you helped this person out financially in the past, they're viewing you as someone who's not as quick to help anymore. What are this person's true feelings? All right, we have the Ten of Swords. So they feel like they're not getting anywhere with you. But it's also coming out like this person is trying to play victim. For some of you, they could be in their feelings because they think that you come together with another person. They think that you found someone else and that you're happier. I do see them coming in trying to negotiate with you, or they're going to come in trying to charm you in some way. Also, if you did pull back from them, they view it as a betrayal. There is some guilt here on their part, though. They feel like they ruined everything between the two of you. At the top of the deck, we have the Seven of Cups in reverse. So they're having a reality check. At this point, some of you may not be pursuing the connection with this person, or you've taken a step back because you feel like the connection lacks purpose at this point. Possibly because they betrayed you numerous times. It's gotten to the point where their confusing energy is exhausting to deal with. Some of you may feel like no matter how hard you try, you're not really getting anywhere with this person. It's also coming out like they're trying to distract themselves with either drugs or alcohol. And they're using those substances as a diversion when it comes to their poor choices. So they are doing some thinking. They're doing a little bit of soul searching. They're reflecting upon the past, thinking back when they did certain things out of spite, or they're thinking back on times when they did things that just didn't work out in their favor. But see, they're also sending you mixed signals because they're not coming off as someone who feels guilty or someone who's having a reality check. Yeah, it's coming out like they're thinking back on certain things that they did. Like, dang, why did I do that? I didn't have to take things that far. Or why did I say this? Why did I do this? What was the purpose behind it? Like, I shouldn't have done it. That's what it's giving. We also have the Seven of Pentacles here. So they're hoping that there will be some forward movement between the two of you, but at the same time, they know that it's not going to be easy. Like I said before, they're trying their best to be patient. It's also coming out like they're looking at you as someone who is pouring into yourself now. Give me more. They're not thinking clearly. We have the King of Wands and it came out in reverse. So at some point, I see this person coming in being a bit more forceful toward you. And what I mean by that is they're not going to be taking a soft approach. Okay, so they're gonna either try and force their way past your boundaries, or they're gonna try and dominate over you in some way. And see, the reason why they're doing it is because they feel powerless. For some of you, they could come toward you in a reckless manner. They feel like nothing that they're doing is working. Some of you could see a jealous side to this person, or you're gonna see their temper. At the top of the deck, we have the Nine of Swords. So they're stressed out, fearful, experiencing anxiety. But it's coming out like it hits them at night. They're thinking a lot about the time that they wasted. Yeah, mentally, they're all over the place. We also have the Six of Pentacles here. So for some of you, they're stressing about some type of debt that they've gotten themselves into, or there's a timeline that's working against them. In other words, they could have certain things that are due very soon, and they don't know how they're gonna pay these things. It's coming out like they owe a lot of people money. I also feel like this person could be feeling away because you're not as generous toward them as you used to be. Now, it doesn't necessarily have to be in regards to money. I feel like you're not as generous with your time either. They feel like they no longer have your support. Like you don't want to give to this anymore. They're also beating themselves up because they took you for granted. So they feel like a fool. Some of you were really there for them. If they needed you, if there was any way that you could lend a helping hand, you were there. Okay? But whatever they were giving you in return, it was either lacking or it just didn't measure up to what you were giving them. So they're beating themselves up about it because it's like, dang, like I had someone who was really there for me. And now Mystic Goddess's viewer is pulling away, or I've lost him or her. They're going to do something really daring, though. They're going to make some type of really bold move toward you. And it's going to come off really direct and assertive. I wouldn't be surprised if they give you an ultimatum. Something along the lines of, are we going to make this work or not? Are we going to be together or what? It's giving that type of energy. I don't see it being in a nice way. It's going to be forceful, dominant, assertive, and really direct. And the way that they say it is going to make you feel like they're impatient. Give me one more card. Also, if they would drop whatever habit they have, whether they spend recklessly or whether they have a drug or alcohol addiction, they will be able to save a lot more money. That's definitely one of the causes of the root cause of their issue. They're spending money on things that are not really benefiting them. They're spending money in a reckless way. I feel like a lot of what they're stressed about is money or their lack of support. They've burned bridges with people. We have the Hangman and we also have the Three of Swords. Both of those cards, I think they came out crossing. So I do see this person coming in trying to buy time. They're also a bit hurt because you're coming off disinterested. At one point in time, you guys were just kind of sitting, waiting around, trying your best to be patient, even though the relationship wasn't getting anywhere between the two of you. It's like you still waited. Even though there was a lack of uncertainty on your part, even though there was a lack of direction in regards to where the relationship was going to go, you still waited. But see, you're not coming off that way anymore. This person they're an emotional wreck. They do want the two of you to reconcile, or they're hoping that they can get your forgiveness. Okay, but there's a part of them that feels as though they've done too much. They're going to try and get the ball rolling between the two of you, but with the Wheel of Fortune coming out in reverse, it lets me know that they could go about doing it in the wrong way. They're also clinging to a false sense of control that they feel they once had over you. So that's why I was telling you guys before that they're going to come in trying to reclaim control or reclaim power over you. So that's why it's going to be very important for you to protect yourself. So yeah, someone wants to talk to you. They do want to come in and have an honest conversation, but the problem is they told so many lies that you don't really believe anything that they say anymore. I also feel like this person is in denial to an extent because they think that they can fix things with words, and it's just not going to work that way. If you have been holding back, they've either been spying on you or they're just really curious in regards to what you're up to. It's also giving energy of this person wanting to come in with some communication, but I see you being guarded. And also you're tired of hearing the same thing in regards to them. I feel like they always say the same things and you're tired of it. So as of now, they're unhappy. They seem to be going through some type of domestic conflict. So they're not getting along with either people that they live with or close family members. Now, for others of you, there could be a landlord that they're in disharmony with. They are facing a really harsh reality check in regards to you. There was a point in time when you acted as not really a mediator, but I feel like you negotiated a lot when it came to your boundaries, all to make things work with this person. You may have even negotiated when it comes to your integrity to try and make things work with this person, but they will always end up betraying you or proving to you that they're not capable of giving you what it is that you deserve. Now, I do see them coming in. I see them coming in with an attempt to bring the two of you closer together. But when they see that they're not making the progress that they intended to make with you, that's when this person's going to come off a bit more forceful, or you're going to see their temper. I see them saying something really nasty to you. Okay? I see them saying something cruel. But just keep in mind that it really doesn't have anything to do with you. It's just that they feel powerless. Whatever they say to you or whatever they do, it's a direct reflection of how they feel about themselves. So if they talk to you with disrespect, if they talk to you in a reckless manner, just know that it's a direct reflection of themselves. They feel weak, they feel powerless, and they feel like nothing that they're doing toward you is working. They're stressed out. They're experiencing anxiety. This person could also be in a nightmare when it comes to their financial situation. It's just coming out like they owe a lot of people money, or there's some type of deadline or a due date that's coming up, and they don't really have the money to pay to meet this deadline. Whatever it is, it's causing them a lot of anxiety. So they may need some financial help, but Spirit is saying for you to protect your assets, protect your heart, and protect your headspace. Some of you are going to notice that this person does something either publicly or they do something around other people that's going to cause everyone to give them the side eye. It's coming out like it's a public crash out, or it's just something that's going to make people look at them in a negative light. You're being asked to remain in control of yourself and to focus on your peace. You're not missing out on anything. Even if you were to try and make things work with this person, as of now, it would go nowhere fast. They're experiencing bad luck. They're experiencing delays, and you don't need that. That's why you're being asked to just pour into yourself and to also be practical. Protect your heart, protect your headspace, protect your healing process. But some of you are going to see this person's temper, and it could come out when they feel like what they're doing is ineffective when it comes to getting a response out of you or making progress with you. So just try not to go tit for tat with them. If you do decide to accept communication from this person, if they start acting weird, if they start being forceful, if they start acting like a tyrant, just back off. Let them have it and back off. You come way too far to allow yourself to get out of character. So remain grounded. And do not give this person your power, because that's really what they're wanting. They feel like they had control over you and they lost it. Almost like they had you wrapped around their pinky and they messed up. Now they're beating themselves up about it because you were really generous. You were always there. You were a huge ally to this person, and they fumbled you. All right, and so that is the reading, everyone. If you guys resonated with this, or if you liked this reading, make sure that you give this video a thumbs up. Also, don't forget to subscribe if you haven't already. I would love to have you as a part of the Mystic family. I love each and every one of you guys so, so much. You take care. Be safe. Until next time, bye.